Okay, Matt, this is from the front, you and Martin Kaymer. Um, Probably the big thing that I'd like to see show you, point out here, and again, this is just keep in mind that I'm not trying to change you. These are just observations that I've made. Would never want to get between you and Kevin and compromise anything you were doing. So, I have no idea. For instance, you're standing kind of open to the target. That might be something you guys are working on. Probably the biggest thing I see is when you make your move to take the club away, you really kind of slide into that right leg, and you've got probably 80% of your weight. Um, as is Martin Keimer here, for instance, is I guess you could call him a centered swinger. Um, he starts off pretty much 50-50, and then he's kind of 60-40, and then it really starts to get left. Not so much like a stack and tilter, but it really helps him to swing down and compress that ball. You're kind of sliding and you're moving your low point back and then you move it forward. That's one of the common denominators amongst the good players is their ability to hit the ground in the same spot. And it makes it more difficult. Not saying you can't play that way because obviously there are guys that do. Um, so you got a great top. I mean, really good extension. You're off just super athletic. Keep that up. Um, you've got a little drop move with your body from the top, and you'll see that more from down the line. Um, I talk a lot about your posture down the line, but at P2, which is when the shaft's parallel to the ground, you guys are fairly close other than your posture. All right, when Keimer gets to P3, you'll see he doesn't have that 90-degree angle that I like and you do. He's kind of what we call a float loader. You'll see him that he'll close that gap, and you'll see that right there, and that's where that lag comes from, and that's his lower body just really driving left and rotating. I think I mentioned a video that I want you to see. It talks about how the hips should work. They've got to go a little lateral before they start to rotate. And then you'll really see Keimer push those hips forward. And he loses his angle a little bit in his right wrist. I'd like to see him maintain this lowercase y, if you will. Oh, excuse me. At impact, the shaft and the left arm are pretty much in line. I'd like to see him maintain that for just a little bit longer. See right here, that shaft should be pretty much bisecting his triangle. Now he does a great job of keeping his right arm straight, sort of like what we see with Zach Johnson. Okay, he really pushes those hips forward, and if you watch closely, his hips never really stop. It's very subtle, but they keep moving. But if we watch you, you got great angles. I mean, you can hold that lag. You got just a touch of flip there, but right here you can see your hips aren't moving at all. And you've got a lot of speed, but I'd like to see the hips and the hand or arms or hips and torso working together more right through here. Um, I mean, tons of great stuff going on, but you can see right here. See how your right wrist flattens out right there, and this is about where your hips stop working. If you'll keep those hips turning, you'll be able to maintain that angle that I just drew for a little bit longer. And that'll help you keep the club face square a little bit longer. See right here? See that elbow and the hip should be working together. That elbow should stay on the hip a little longer as it rotates. Okay? And you'll see a lot of this stuff too a little better maybe from down the line. But tons of athletic ability in this golf swing. Got a lot of speed. You're nice and strong. I think that's one advantage that you're going to have on a lot of the other guys is if you'll just keep ramping it up, man. I've been working on doing this P90X program, and I've lost 18 pounds. But more importantly, I've gotten stronger in my core and worked on my flexibility. For a guy like you, a young guy, man, the sky's the limit. I mean, you could be an absolute stud, athletic stud out there if you wanted to. So keep up the good work. Let me know when you get this stuff, just so I know that you got it.